Why you lost your ranks? There are two kinds of penalization with Google. They either penalize you automatically or manually. Automatically, if there's a new algorithm update, like what happened to you guys, and Google will just basically, the new algorithm doesn't like some of the things you have done on your website and drops you on the search results or lowers your position. Which a lot of times if you fix the problem, like if it's an optimization, like keyword stuffing, stuff like that, the next algorithm will bring you back up. So it's not a permanent penalization. Usually, that's the case. With links, that's a different situation. If you get penalized automatically because you had a lot of bad links, then God help you, I'm sorry. It won't come back usually. In your case, you've had some success, so I'd like to look at your website later on and see what you guys have done because that interests me. But manual penalization is if when one of your colleagues sends a report to Google and reports your website for violating their guidelines. Okay, and they could do it in it's very easy. You just search on Google for violating guidelines reporting, and then there's a website, you just go on and complain. You can also complain about your colleagues if they're doing anything wrong. And then, for that matter, Google will go and look at your website. Somebody at Google will look at your website and see if that's true. And if it's true, they put a manual penalization on your website, which in that case, it's almost impossible to get that penalization removed because Google doesn't go systematically and try to solve these problems because they expect you to follow their guidelines. So follow their guidelines and don't do anything to trick Google. That would be my advice. Number one reason people get penalized by Google is duplicate content. Either you're copying somebody else's content or somebody is copying your content. So that's the number one reason for penalization. My recommendation is to rewrite your content every few months and just make sure you're adding new content to your website so your website becomes very strong over time with over like 200, 300 different articles. That's what I recommend. Over-optimization is another reason websites get penalized. So if you are targeting one keyword and you're repeating that keyword in an article multiple times just to get it ranked on Google, if your titles are always saying your keywords in them, that's over-optimization. So don't do that. And excessive or bad links, also another main reason people get penalized, as we discussed earlier. Fake reviews. These are the main reasons websites get penalized. So so Google guidelines is this: don't do anything to trick us. Okay? Don't trick us. Do everything naturally. Of course, you have to work on your website. You have to write articles. You have to publish new posts. You have to optimize your website in a good way. You have to make sure you increase your website's performance over time. These are the positive things you can do. Even you can ask your friends and other people to link to your website or publish your articles on other people's websites and get links back to your website. These are positive steps you can take to get ranked on Google. But don't misuse these steps. Don't overdo them.